Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new loot video for you all today. So today I bring you guys a different one. This is loot from 10,000 Moss Giants. Now I know what you're thinking, Mr. No Sleep, since when is your username FE Wiggy, and since when does your Iron Man have all this decked out armor and everything else? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually the second ever loot video in this series that was not recorded and done by me. The very first one, of course, being loot from 25,000 herb boxes. And just like in that video, basically what happened was a friend of mine said, you know, Mr. No Sleep, I want to kill 10,000 of a lot of different things in this game for my Iron Man, and I want to get a lot of accomplishments and a lot of completionist stuff done. Do you want me to record the footage of me getting the loot, you know, certain drops start to finish similar to what you do? And I thought to myself, that'd be great, you know, great for the channel to always put more loot videos out there, but I asked him, you know, why not upload this on your channel? And he pretty much just said to me that he's not interested in making YouTube videos. He's actually a designer full-time, and he's actually the same guy that makes the thumbnails for my YouTube videos as well as other content creators. So all I said to him was, you know what, if you want to do that and spend all those hours killing Moss Giants, I will happily throw up the video on the channel, and if my audience likes it and if everyone thinks it's worthwhile, then you can continue to send in videos. So this is really up to you guys if you want to see more loot videos on the channel, you know, videos that I ideally wouldn't do, or at least wouldn't do for many years to come. Those would be the monsters that I guess you'd be seeing. So in other words, you get more videos, but it's not exactly the same style that I do them. Now I use 4 accounts to make videos, 2 alts, 1 Iron Man, and 1 main. So I already have a lot of videos coming this month and for the rest of the year and many years to come. But honestly, the more the merrier. You know, there's a lot of loot videos on YouTube, a lot of loot series, and it's nice to get a lot of content out there. So it's all up to you guys. If the ratings on this video are decent, if the comment section is positive, then I don't see why this couldn't be a thing. Of course, this would only be, you know, this guy. I wouldn't like try to accept a lot of people's videos. I don't think this is going to turn into like a community loot channel, nothing like that. But maybe that's not far off for the future, you know? I think as time goes on, it's nice to try new things. You guys let me know how you enjoy this video, enjoy the footage, maybe give some critical feedback. It'd be much appreciated, and we'll go from there. So with all that being said, I know that was a long intro. Let's go ahead and get into the Moss Giants, 10,000 of these guys. So a little history about Moss Giants. They were released into the game February 5th, 2001. That, of course, being the level 42 Moss Giant, the one that you guys are seeing in this video. 5 years later, on July 24th, 2006, the level 48 Moss Giant was released into the game. And 13 years after that, July 25th, 2019, the level 84 Moss Giant was released into this game. So there's 3 different versions of these Moss Giants. You know, they're all very similar. The only difference really is the combat level. And essentially, Moss Giants are large humanoid creatures found in areas that are tied to nature. Very commonly, these used to be trained on back in the old RuneScape, since their defense level is really low in comparison to other monsters around the same combat. And no doubt about it, in this game, they are most popular for the Mossy keys, which is a key that is required to fight the Moss Giant boss, Pyrophyta. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It took a few Google searches to, you know, learn how to do that. Now, if you're looking to farm Mossy keys, the best place will be Pirate's Cove, as it is multi-combat, and you can use a cannon there. However, in this video, they were killed in Varrock Sewers, right across from Vanica. You just have to use that agility shortcut. Now, these are free-to-play and members, and free-to-play, you can find them in the Varrock Sewers, Crandor, and also in the Wilderness. Same with members worlds, although there is 6 different locations on top of the previous 3 that you can find them in members. So you can find these Moss Giants in a lot of different locations. They're also assigned by 2 individual Slayer Masters, Crystalia being one of them and Vanica being the other. Now, the way these kills were tracked for this video was simply by using Runelight. Bone Crusher was of course used the whole entire time because they do drop big bones and it's free prayer XP, so why not bring it along? And on top of the Bone Crusher, if you have a gem bag, a herb sack, a seed box, as well as a rune pouch to fill up with high alks, you will use all of those items, as you know, the Moss Giants drop table really does have a lot of variety, a lot of seeds, a lot of herbs, a lot of alkables. Even wearing a ring of wealth here, if you plan on camping here a while, can definitely have a coin stack add up over time. Now, you may also notice a lot of beginner clue scrolls on the ground. That's mainly because these are a 1 in 45 drop rate, and they were all tracked on Runelight, of course, along with everything else. But you know, you don't really need to be doing beginner clue scrolls, especially if you're above 100 combat here. Really, that's just for, you know, completionist log, collection log, whatever you want to call it. So if you ever do have to complete the Pyrophyta collection log and you have to kill a lot of moss giants for the keys, then if you do want to do beginner clue scrolls, this is a pretty good monster to get them from. Obviously the cannon is not required here, but your kills per hour will certainly double if you do have one, and obviously a lot of Ironman accounts out there do have to save those cannonballs for important monsters, but if this is one of your goals on your account and you do have to kill a lot of moss giants, then a cannon will be pretty useful here. You can also expect a lot of long bones, seeing as they are 1 in 400, and of course the curve bone and the giant champion scroll being two other untradeable drops, both of those being 1 in 5,000. The Mossy key is a 1 in 150 drop rate from these moss giants, and this key was released into the game May 3rd, 2018. This is essentially the key that leads you to the lair of Pyrophyta, and it is consumed when used to unlock the gate. So you get 1 fight per 1 key. Drop rate, as mentioned before, is 1 in 150, but if you do kill the moss giants in the Ioworth dungeon, it is 1 in 120. And if you're also doing Wilderness Slayer, then you will have a 1 in 60 chance at getting it. So, you know, many different ways to get these keys with many different odds in between. And what you're seeing here is the rarest drop in this loot from 10,000 video, the giant champion scroll. First ever one that my friend did get from these moss giants. I believe this was his second overall on his account. Nevertheless, though, it's always nice to get these. Untradeable drops do speak volumes of the monster that you're killing. You know, the long bones, the clue scrolls, and of course the champion scrolls. You can't ever count those out. Now, the only supplies that were used for this video, which will be factored in the price check, was just a few dozen super combat sips and quite a few thousand cannonballs. My friend started the video with 60,000 cannonballs. He'd actually thought he would end up using more than that, but it turns out we didn't even get close to using half of them. So it's nice to factor those in so you guys will know a rough estimate of maybe how many cannonballs you will need if you have to kill 10,000 of these moss giants. Hopefully none of you have to, but I do know a lot of Ironman accounts out there who have killed much more than 10,000 in order to get the Pyrophyta keys. It's just kind of what has to be done. You know, it all depends on your luck as it pertains to getting what you need to get for the collection log. But yeah, overall 10,000 kills have been completed, and looking at the Rune Light tab, 20 long bones, 244 beginner clue scrolls, just shy of 200k coins, a lot of seeds, a lot of herbs, 59 mossy keys, and you know, obviously all these items couldn't be banked because there's just so many different items, but my friend did pick up the most valuable things from all of this 7.25 mil price check, and we will look at them now. So 201k GP, about 810k in sold heads. You're looking at about 3 mil in Renar seeds and about 500k in Snapdragon. So overall you got about 6.5 mil plus 750k in junk items, which not many people would pick up. Again, bringing high alks here is very much recommended, but it looks like overall ending at 7.25 mil from 10,000 moss giants, and in cannonballs and super combat sips, just about 4.9 mil was spent in supplies. So you're looking at just about 2.3 mil to 2.4 mil profit from 10,000 moss giants for you mains out there. And for you Iron Men out there, hopefully you guys got some decent information as it goes for how many cannonballs you're going to be using. And as it goes for the kills per hour, my friend did say he was peaking at around 300 to 350. So it looks like this would take anywhere from 30 to 35 hours to complete with similar stats and a cannon. And you can't forget about all that nice construction XP from those long bones. But yeah, guys, that is it. A lot of beginner clue scrolls, a lot of long bones, and a lot of mossy keys on top of many different seeds, herbs, and even some coins. So many different things that you can expect from moss giants. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I know this was much different, and it's really up to you guys if you want to continue to see videos being done on this account. I personally really enjoyed editing this, although I am sick right now. It was a lot of fun for me. If you have any questions about moss giants and I didn't cover it, make sure to leave a question in the comments below, and I got you on that instant response. I will try to respond to every comment. And with all that being said, I will see you guys in a few days with loot from 3,000 Firewatch Centennials, a video that I'm very excited to show you all. And until next time, Mr. No Sleep out.